Steve Balistreri always wanted to learn about his family history, but it took an illness for him to make it a priority.
Steve Balistreri's father and uncle started Sendik's. If you were part of this family, you paid your dues at least one of the stores.
All of us, all my brothers and sisters, we all worked there. My cousins, it sort of was a rite of passage.
With a strong family history in Milwaukee, Steve was always interested in his family roots. But it wasn't until he was diagnosed with cancer in 2015 that he started to investigate.
And, you start thinking about your kids and, what can you do for them, et cetera, if the worst would happen.
Steve logged on to Ancestry.com.
And so it's like putting a puzzle together. You can look at obituaries and grave sites and newspapers and other people's family trees. And
he found a strong Italian lineage that got a little complicated.
I also realized, which is kind of funny, how unimaginative Italians are in naming their children. They all have the same names. They're either Ted or Steve or Salvatore.
He realized he needed help from overseas.
I ended up hiring their people in Sicily to go through the churches and the town halls to find more records about our ancestors.
Steve tracked his family back to the mid-1600s.
Was it emotional?
I guess the more you know about where you come from and some of the people that you come from, I think it makes your life fuller.
The Today Show took Steve and his 82-year-old father to Sicily, where they met family, saw where their ancestors lived, and even got to hold Steve's great-great-grandfather's marriage certificate.
Saw their penmanship, touched it. It was just like, wow. All this stuff really becomes real then.
For Steve, that time and the search was worth it.
It sort of like completes you. It's like you end up knowing more about yourself, knowing where you came from.
Did you get your questions answered about your family?
Yeah, actually, now I have more questions.
Steve is learning Italian and he's getting dual citizenship because of the lineage he discovered. You can see more about the Balistreri's journey Friday on the Today Show.